Howdy everyone, it's your boy Poobi, and here today we have the Greatsword. Greatsword is an extremely powerful weapon that can deal a great amount of damage in very few hits. The only downside is that this weapon is very slow and most of its damage comes from focus attacks. Starting off with the basics, we have the horizontal string, and we have crouching horizontal. Next we have the vertical string, and the crouching vertical, otherwise known as the launcher. Then we have the jumping attacks. Do note that you can mix the horizontal and vertical strings as shown. Lastly, we have the hold charges, which have 3 stages total. The longer you hold the focus charge, the more damage and hits the focus attack will do. The caveat to this is you risk being parried as they are all focus attacks. Here we have the horizontal, which you can move around with without the use of a soul jade. And here we have the vertical focus attack. The Greatsword is one of 2 weapons in the game that has a special mechanic called Stone Form. There are 2 types of Stone Form. The first is the common Stone Form and is activated when an enemy light attacks into a focus charge. Once this happens, you'll enter a state that blocks all light attacks from enemies. Note, however, depending on timing and your decision, the interaction can change. If you choose to release a light attack at the same time as the enemy releases a light attack, or just slightly later than the enemy, you'd enter Stone Form. In this state, you'd block the enemy's light attacks. If you choose to release the focus charge at the same time as the enemy focus attack, or just slightly later than the enemy, you'll enter Stone Form. In this state, you'll block the enemy's focus attack. If you choose to release the focus charge just a bit earlier than the enemy's focus attack, both attacks will cancel out each other and clank. However, if you choose to not release the focus charge at all and hold the charge past the first stage, the enemy's focus attack will take priority and you will take damage. The other type of Stone Form is called the Invincible Stone Form. In this state, enemies' light attacks will cause damage but not stagger. Also, you block all of their focus attacks. There are many ways to activate the Invincible Stone Form. The most common way is to release a horizontal light attack, then hold the following vertical charge to enter the charge state. Vertical plus vertical charge, crouch, horizontal plus vertical charge will all also give you the Invincible Stone Form. i.e., as long as the first move is a light attack and the second move is a vertical charge, you'll activate the Invincible Stone Form. In addition to holding a vertical charge, the third stage focus attack of the Greatsword's horizontal charge also enters the Invincible Stone Form when met with an enemy focus attack. Note that both Stone Forms cannot block purple or gold focus armor attacks. Moving on, you'd also want to know what to do after entering Stone Form. The general rule of thumb is that after entering Stone Form, regardless of which type it is, you can choose to tap horizontal or vertical to release a blue focus counter strike while crouching, dodging, or jumping would cancel the Stone Form. Just like the focus charges, Stone Form also has stages. The stage of the focus attack released would depend on the stage of the Stone Form. If you only block one attack during Stone Form, it's a first stage Stone Form, and your counter will be a first stage focus attack, while 2 attacks would give you a second stage Stone Form, and blocking 3 or more attacks will give you a third stage Stone Form. While there aren't many combos with Greatsword, there are several useful tips that can make this weapon much more powerful. If you enter a first stage Stone Form and choose to release it, it cannot be delayed, which means there's a great risk of you being countered. Therefore, if you enter the first stage Stone Form, the best choice is to cancel the Stone Form with a dodge, then release a horizontal light attack, followed by a vertical hold charge. Another tip is that the second and third stage Stone Form release can be delayed. To do so, remove your finger from the mouse button as soon as you enter the Stone Form, then tap horizontal or vertical when you decide to release the Stone Form. You have a short window of roughly a second to decide whether or not to release or cancel. This is beneficial because your delay in counter-striking can trick your opponents into an early counter, guaranteeing you a successful focus attack. Regardless of the stage of Stone Form you have, I recommend using a horizontal focus attack because a vertical focus attack is a lot riskier, and opponents can easily dodge backwards, wait, and counter your focus attack on reaction. Do note, if you receive a focus attack during the stone form release delay, your stone form can be interrupted, and you will take damage. Some opponents will take the opportunity of your delay to release a final blue focus attack in a string. Now, that would be the perfect time to use another technique, the stone form, to counter. If you anticipate that your opponent will release a final focus attack, just transition from stone form to counter using crouch cancel counter or auto counter. For Soul Jades, Greatsword currently has 4 Soul Jades that change its attacks. The first being Earthshaker, which alters the third stage of Greatsword's horizontal charge strikes. Tap horizontal continuously for more attacks. The next Soul Jade is Infernal Slash, which alters the first and second stage of the charged horizontal strikes to attack with fire. This leaves a burning debuff on your enemies. The third Soul Jade is Warrior's Pace, which increases the move speed while charging the horizontal focus attack with Greatsword. The last Soul Jade is Aerial Rend, which alters the Greatsword's charged vertical strikes to unleash shockwaves after the second swing. Greatsword is a weapon that punishes your opponents heavily for mistimed dodges and parries, while also leaving minimal room for clutch situations due to its stone form and incredibly high damage light attacks. Here are some tips that are very important to know when utilizing Greatsword on the battlefield. Make sure to take advantage of an opponent's blind spot when charging horizontal focus attack. Also, because of stone form, you can charge and hold your focus attacks, leaving your opponent to either parry early, guaranteeing an unpunishable focus attack, or forcing your opponent to activate the stone form, leaving your opponent to guess at 50-50. Again, my name is Poobi, and I want to give a special shout out to Naraka, Bladepoint, for allowing me to showcase such a powerful weapon that I'm passionate about. I hope to see you guys on the battlefield. Take care.